if your whole team is from Holland, half, then is it really Indonesia? Not really, but of course they come from, in their blood, they are Indonesian, but it's not a fact that you're gonna have results with this. No, because they have to show it, and it's not easy that you fly to Indonesia, you have to adapt. There are a lot of things, for the result. It's not that you are a very good player if you bring Van Dijk, for example. It's not a fact that you become the champion because he's the best defender of the world. That's not football. You have many things. Yeah, it's a process.
Indonesia is playing the third round, and they're on the fourth level in the table. What do you feel that their chances to the World Cup?
It's not easy, but it's football.
Yeah.
You bring a lot of players from Holland, of course, half Dutch, half Indonesian. If you have a new team, you have to build up. It takes time.
So the number 1 and number 2 go straight to the World Cup.
Yeah.
3, 4 qualified. So we are fighting for that. This match is the death match.
Yeah.
The whole Indonesia will watch this. Yeah, it's a big pressure, man. I'm very excited,
Let's go Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia. Wish all the best for Indonesian team because this is history. And then if we go through the World Cup, this will be remembered for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Can he be a hero?
Yeah. Or it can be 0.
Yeah.
Yes.
Scoopy gang, welcome to the new week. And today we have Pascal Heije and Raymond from Bali, big man of Bali, and the former professional player of football. So today we're going to talk about, I never spoke about football in my whole life. It's something I always got interested in, and it's great to meet a professional former player, which is like, I never thought I would do, So your career, you played in Netherlands, and then you came to Bali Devata for you're the first Dutch player.
Yes, the first Dutch player and in Bali, and I'm proud. Raymond told me when I came here because I didn't know before, but it makes me proud that I'm the first one. And it gives me a good feeling because the appreciation here in Bali, the respect I never felt in Holland.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk sad about Holland or something or negative.
Yeah.
It's only about what I feel as a player. And if you get that respect and the appreciation what you get, then you can play so good. Then you can play. I'm a player that plays with my heart.
Yeah.
And if you get that back from the spectators, and from the board of the club, one of them was Raymond, of course, the manager, and my coach. Then you feel good, and that's why I have a lot of good memories.
Now, how did you feel? You're the Dutch player, and everybody else is from here. And how did you gel with them? How did you feel back then?
That's also how you are as a person, It's not because I come from Ajax or from the Netherlands that you have to think you are the best.
Yeah.
You always have to adapt in a country, and you always have the respect for the country and for the people, and for the culture also, of course. You can do your own things in another country. You have to adapt. You have to look how the country is, and it's all about respect. It's all about respect.
But Raymond, I Raymond, when you brought him, what was your thought? Like, he was the first player.
Okay. Those time was a revolution of Indonesian football.
Yeah.
So
This is 2011, right?
2011.
Yeah.
Called
10, 11.
LPI.
Yeah.
So I was also play football before, and a lot of players from Indonesian league, if they're on holiday, they'll come to Bali and train together.
Yeah.
And then I start to get to know a good player. We played together, and then ask help to, I was helping players to go to a club, and that's how I start. And then, the LPI was started by this Medco group called Mr. Arifin Panigoro, and to change Indonesian football to become, well standard, international standard, you
Yeah.
know, the field, the this, the that, you know. So I got picked to be the leader of Bali to create
It's a good football team from here.
to get local players to
Yeah.
make a team
Yeah.
to basically start from zero.
Yeah.
It was a hard time that time because they had two leagues that time. One was legitimate from the Soccer Federation, and this one was funded by a guy that wants to change football in Indonesia. So I was picked. I was confused because and because I never thought about it. Because professional and kicking a ball and just get a team to get swept is completely different, But this time, I was like, that time they have a budget. Yeah? Bali was they just put Bali, and that's the lowest budget
Yeah.
of them all, you
Yeah.
know. So I was thinking that I need to invest in a good player, yeah, to can also bring up the local player, because the local player that I recruit, they're all from the village, But I see talent in them, and they're hungry, they want to work, yeah. And then I invested on the coach, right? Good coach. And then I said we need a good player that can teach and also not just arrogant screaming at the players, also to become what do you
Like
call
a
it?
brother.
Motivator,
Yeah.
or also can push and teach them. And then we pick Pascal because he played in Ajax. It's the highest level football in Holland. Yeah, and also they create a lot of players there to play in that level where he plays. Yeah, it's very, very rare.
But you're a defense player mainly, right?
No, central defense. No,
Yeah, midfield,
central midfield defender.
Yeah, number 6,
Who gets the ball?
defense. Yeah, defense to make the game.
He's the one. So, so he was the highest level I see playing, and he's also, a good guy, very disciplined, and also with experience, the IQ is completely different, And then also the respect, because a lot of people come here when they're, just to get the money and stuff like that. But Pascal was playing from the heart, and he showed that, And then we became number 2 in the league that time.
Indonesia.
Yeah, and then Spaso, I brought also Spaso here. Spaso. Yeah. That he was our striker. So now he's a big star already. So we created a few good players. Yeah. But that's why they all still remember him, because there's only one ex-Ajax, like the highest level
Played
that played here.
Yeah.
And after 14 years, he's back here to see the changes of the football.
Yeah.
And right now, Bali United they basically, Pak Peter Tanuri is basically put my dream into reality.
Yeah.
This is what he what he did. Was something really, really special. And then he did it from the heart. But that's what I see that, because I travel a lot to Europe, and I see Ajax, how they start the schooling, the field you need to invest, the coaches, how to learn the fundamental of football, all that stuff. Because here before, the field was always, if you want to play good football, you need a good field.
Yeah, of course.
You cannot have one rock in there or a little sand there. You can get injured, And we started that, and then Peter Tanuri was the guy who said see that vision, because Bali, it's, who doesn't want to play for Bali, I mean, it's a great place. And right now, Bali United Center is one of the best facility in Asia.
Best facility in Asia.
They have 8 pitches, 600 square meter gym.
How many people fit in the audience?
No, that's for training ground.
Oh, training ground.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
yeah. They have 8 pitches.
Okay.
Yeah. So 8 pitches, 600 square meter gym, proper grass, like from they send it, I think, from Japan. They have, they have the best facility. You know, that's why they have so many sponsors
Yeah.
and a lot of players from from Europe, if they wanna, to have 2 years last 2 years of their career,
Yeah.
instead of playing in somewhere else. Bali is also a good place because it's a holiday place. Your family enjoy it.
So they come here also train. Players from other countries come here train also.
Yeah, now they're doing that,
Yeah.
because the training ground, they like now the national team is training here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's Bali,
Yeah.
because it's good beaches, they can enjoy. It's very important for soccer players
Relaxing
to refreshing
also, take off the
sometimes.
stress. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why, and also the pollution also here is good.
Yeah.
Not as high.
As Jakarta.
And not as hot.
Yeah.
And so right now Pascal is here
You
to see
you
opportunity.
you also scored your first goal
Here.
here in professionally.
I don't know.
Was it true
I don't
or-
know if I scored here.
Yeah,
you scored one goal.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was more a player that gives the ball,
Yeah.
gives the assist,
Yeah.
gives the passes,
Yeah.
and keep in front of. I play in front of the defense.
Yeah.
This I keep the balance in the team, and
Yeah.
that's because I'm a coach now.
Yeah.
I love that if my player in front of the defense is my. Yeah,
The
how do you
best
say?
player.
No, not the best, but he has the balance of the team.
Yeah.
If you lose the ball,
Yeah.
then I know that there is a player there who picks the ball up, and when he gets the ball, you know that he's gonna do something good with the ball, and that's the most important, because if you give it to the opponent, then it's a present for the opponent, and then
Yeah.
you run the whole day after
Yeah.
the ball. I'm a player like that, and I think
It's a very high level.
maybe in Europe they say you have to score, you have to this, you have to that. No, but the appreciation is your main things. What you have to do as a 6 is give the ball to the right color.
Yeah. But when you scored the goal for the first time,
Yeah.
how did you feel? It was not intentional, or it was
I don't know
intentional?
anymore, but no, it's not like the ball
his
came.
job.
No, but it was not like the ball was on the line and I put it in. It
Yeah.
was, I think,
It's just it happens.
I don't know anymore
All
because it
bounce
was
back to him.
2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And now you can see also that I'm not a striker, because the strikers, if you ask Spasso, he can tell you like, I shoot the ball like this and that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because it was not my main
Yeah.
business to score.
Now that you came back to Bali after 14 years,
Yes.
your focus is mainly on Bali United.
No, but I have a feeling here. I have a history. I was the first player. Yeah, unfinished business. I came here. Not
Can bring
really. I came here to close a door, because I went not like I went to Holland back, but the plan was to come back. I signed for 2 years, not for 8 months.
Yeah.
But because the league stopped and we went down to the second division, the budget was then more or less. And I come from Holland. I have kids,
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
bills to pay.
bills to pay, because it's not for free that you live here. It's a paradise, but you have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Also in Holland.
Yeah.
And also to see Raymond, we are every day here together, and I appreciate what he do for me, because he also have his things to do. But you see the love and the appreciation and the respect what I get. That's why I'm here, man. And
To see the changes. also,
to see the
what's-
changes.
What's the opportunity while on the holiday?
Yes, and
14 years ago and now it's completely different ball game. You know what I mean? And it's now we can really do create players with great coaches. You know, like because we have the facility now, and that's why Pascal is here. Because he has a license from so he's already have a lot of experience in also coaching for Ajax before, and so that's what Indonesia needs.
What's your views on Bali United now?
I only follow them on Instagram,
Yeah.
of course, because it's far away. But my view, what I saw at the pitch, I think the most important is the focus on the youth, because that's the most important, that you can bring players from the local players to develop,
To create.
and to create space for them to become a first team player, because that's how you work in Holland, in Europe, at Ajax especially, of course, because I was a player also. At 8 years I came, they developed me with all the coaches, and I'm thankful for that, to become a player for the first team. And that's what you have, not what you have, but that's my vision with Bali United, because if you look the ground and you don't use it on this way, on the professional way, then I think maybe, you don't use it in a good way, because you have the facilities, but you don't use it on the right way with the best coaches. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I have a vision on the long term.
So if you have to work for Bali United Youth,
Yes.
what will be your focuses?
My focus?
Yeah.
That's to coordinate the coaches, because I don't think you come with only coaches from abroad. No. That's not the thinking of me. The local coaches are very important in the youth. You don't say, hey, come out, we put only Dutch coaches or Australian, I don't know.
Yeah.
Its main focus, coordinate all the coaches. You put one on the lower teams, you put one on the middle teams, you put one on the highest teams, different ages. And then you can have an overview.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you coordinate all the coaches. For example, Pascal, you put on the middle age. Another coach you put on the highest age. And another coach you put on the young age. And then you can manage it. And you have one director, of course.
So you guys' main focus is to create groundbreaking players from the youth.
Yes, and now we talk about only players, but wouldn't it be nice that you bring also maybe coaches there, that they see how we work in Holland, because when you
take them from here to train there.
No, but not in the you don't go in the Ajax.
No, just to go there
to see it,
to experience,
yes, to
Europe,
feel it, to see it. You go with
see the talent, what you see here, to see there. Can they compete? Yeah, it's like that. Just to have a look.
Yeah.
Other countries, they do it already.
Yeah.
Mexico, Brazil, they have a collaboration with Ajax. It's not only Ajax, it's also Feyenoord. Other clubs also, they do. But they have a collaboration.
So does this like permission should come from PSSI or only club level?
Club, what do you mean?
Like to take the coaches from here to collaborate
No,
with
that's
Ajax?
the coaches level for the national team.
Yeah.
It's from the federation.
Yeah.
From Bali United or other clubs, it comes from the club.
Okay.
From the club. And Bali United has the best one. So I know Pak Peter very well. And I asked him, what is the vision, I mean, we already championed twice already.
Yeah.
But my main concern is also, my dream was to have players from Indonesia or Bali, from this Bali United training center, to have one player can play in Europe. But it takes time, process, but you need to invest on the coaches, on the guru. The guru that has connection with those clubs, because, and this doesn't take
to push
a year
the talent from here to there.
It's like I said, Barcelona, for instance, and Ajax, for instance, the coaches have to work with, the head coach have to work with under 20, this and this, who's ready can go up to one game, it's not ready. They collaborate together,
Yes.
And I think we can create European standard player.
So it's like mixing cultures now, like all worldwide, we're all together, but we're playing from a team. It's not about the color, it's not about where you're from.
No, it doesn't matter.
No.
If you're good, you have talent, we'll take you.
Yeah.
And see, because the soccer is also, it's a very hard, it's a hard sport.
Yeah.
A lot of people have talent, but they need a coach that can motivate them, because sometimes, when you're 16, 17, like my son used to play for Bali United, they break that because they want to see their friends and this and that. So you really need to have a good coach to guide them, to push them, to motivate them. Don't give up.
Yeah.
And that's very important. Also, psychology. Also,
Yeah.
When you're down, how to bring it up,
Yeah.
and then when you're not, I don't want to play anymore, how to get back online
Yeah.
again. So so don't give up.
Deviate. Yeah.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Because when you invest in coaches, you can create players that can go to Europe.
Okay.
But you need the best coaches.
Of course. Yeah.
Because it's not only coaching, eh?
Yeah.
It's only what Raymond said. It's also the mentality, the mindset, physically. Because maybe in the youth, when you are young, you are the best, but when you are growing, you are after 2 years maybe the baddest.
Yeah.
And the baddest is the
teenage,
best.
right?
Yes, you never know. You never
Also
know.
the coaches too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like this coach, man.
Yeah.
He never put me on
Yes.
that kind
Yes.
of stuff.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
understand. Hey,
yeah, it's also psychology.
Yeah.
And it's not only with your feet football. In this
Yeah.
time, especially, maybe when I played, it was more like the world was different that time. But now you have social media, you have a lot of things, you know that.
Yeah.
And that makes the players sometimes crazy in their head.
Yeah.
They don't focus on the game. They don't do more besides the field, or they talk with their parents. But if you are a parent and you tell your own son, they don't listen. They need a coach, or they need a person in their life that they trust, you know, and especially the ages 16, 17, 18 years is difficult.
It's like they're going to puberty and like
Yeah,
to
I
make
have
bad
kids
choices.
myself, you
Yeah.
know, and I train a lot of 16, 17, 18 years in my academy, because I have my academy also in Holland.
Yeah.
I'm busy with development and not with other things besides that. Only become better. Start from the basic, and that's the beginning, you know, but
Well, what kind of behavior you see throughout this age gap in the players?
the mental thing,
Yeah.
you know, the pressure,
Depression,
a lot of other things what give you stress.
Yeah.
School,
Yeah.
they do a lot in this time.
Yeah.
In my time, it was we play a lot outside on the street.
Yeah.
That was my basis.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know, that's why I am strong technical.
Yeah.
And I know how to keep the ball. You know, on the streets, you learn that.
Yeah.
But now they are on the computer, they are on the phones the whole day, social media. It's very different, man. The time. Yeah.
What kind of depression do you think?
It's also the pressure.
Pressure
From the parents, from
Yeah.
the schools, from the people around them, from their friends, name it.
Yeah.
You can talk about a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Because as an adult, you know, also as an adult, you have a lot of things in life that can give you, if you're not strong, it can break you.
Yeah.
And also with kids.
Yeah.
it's very hard. to
If they have stress,
Yeah.
and if they are not in a professional level, that's much more.
Yeah.
If you don't play for months, what you gonna do? You're gonna cry? Or you're gonna be like, hey, I'm the boss for myself. I'm gonna train hard.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna show my coach that I'm the best. That he's gonna put me in.
Yeah.
But you have to be strong, and you have to get guidance from people around you.
Friends
Good
and
people
family.
that have a heart. Yeah.
They're
not
the main
thinking-
mental strength for you, right?
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
dealing with one or two.
Yeah.
You're dealing with 40 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's like, because I used to run it. It's like one has a problem with his wife, or my kids are sick. They bring that to the field.
Yeah.
They also affect the team. But that's why, like the guys like Pascal, that needs to be, people to teach psychology. Hey, forget about problem at home.
Yeah.
You're in the field now.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. a lot of
Psychology is
people,
very important nowadays in the sport.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yes, and especially when I had it myself, you know, because Ajax is in Holland is the top, is the best school what you can get, is the highest.
Yeah.
As a youth player, I'm thankful for that. That from my 8 till my 20, I had the best coaches, the best school, but from the top, after that, I went down. Normally, you go up your career. This I saw the top, good contract, 5 years I signed. Then I went to a lower club, RBC. If you can handle that, at Ajax we had everything. It was like your clothes were in a thing. You came at the pitch, your clothes were nice, and you get food and everything. But RBC was a different story. It was not bad, but the difference was like this: Ajax was here and RBC was down. It was the lowest budget club. But if you can handle that, then you have a problem.
Yeah.
In this time, you never go from Ajax to RBC. You never.
Yeah, then
and
you're
that's-
also like, man, then you feel,
Yeah.
like, man, my friend went to Barcelona or this, but you have to keep on, don't give up. And you
Yeah,
need
man.
good people around you,
Yeah.
that
That
push.
psychology is very important.
Psychology.
That's the
Yeah. And I'm a person that loves to create, manifest. I talk a lot
Yeah.
about
Create the fun environment.
Of course,
the team.
because
Yeah.
look, I sit in Indonesia in a podcast with Raymond, with you. 8 days I'm here, but a lot happens.
Yeah.
I'm in the newspaper. We went to the hotel from Timnas. We sit with the players. We talk with the trainers. It's the time now, man, to do something.
So yeah, like now Indonesia is playing the third round, and
Yes.
they're on the fourth level in the table.
Yeah.
What do you feel that their chances to the World Cup?
It's not easy, but it's football.
Yeah.
The best they're gonna win, and but it's not easy, I think, and especially because you bring a lot of players from Holland,
Yeah.
of course,
Half Dutch.
half Indonesian.
And they're a new team too.
Yes, and that's the thing. If you have a new team, you
Takes
have to
time,
build up.
process.
It takes time.
To understand the
You don't know.
character.
The character. You don't know. Okay, if I put him on the number 6,
Yeah.
it fits.
Yeah.
Or I put maybe a number 10 on the right side, it fits.
Yeah.
It's
The
a lot
character,
of
it's a lot of
a
work,
lot of-
the process to
yeah,
understand
yeah.
the character of a player.
Yeah.
yes.
You have a player that doesn't like to get the ball, and then there's a player that gets the ball. That's kind of stuff, because this team, of course, I hope for the best because Indonesia is creating history already in this level. Yeah. Sinteyong did a great job because he was there for 5 years. And of course, we want Indonesia to succeed with these new coaches because
But they changed the coach in the middle of the tournament now. I mean,
that's for me a bit strange, but it's under pressure. Eh? Yeah, because Indonesian fans they want to go through because Sinteyong already know the character of each players, this and that, So this is a crucial time for Indonesia
yeah.
to go through because they already create history now. Yeah. And for me, 2 more games to go
Yeah.
against China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Against China, we have to win.
And Japan again.
Against Japan in Japan, last game, 5 days later.
Yeah.
So I hope we went to the hotel yesterday to see the players that Pascal, yeah. Some of the players just coming from Europe. So there's still climate difference and this and that. So yeah, I hope the best for them because they're gonna play in Jakarta with 100,000 people
100,000 people. India.
and a whole millions watching.
Indonesia versus
Because
China.
Indonesia is first sport is football.
Yeah. It's like a religion, right?
Yeah,
You
but
you can be a hero.
Yeah. Or it can be zero.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see what Raymond also said about you have to adapt.
Yeah.
In a couple days, you don't have weeks to adapt. I know when I came here, the next day I had to train, but I fly for 24 hours. I looked at my
Plus it
coach.
was- yeah.
I was looking at them, tomorrow I have to train? You are crazy? But yes, you have to adapt.
Yeah, coming from winter,
Yes.
-5 to 30 degrees.
Yes, and you come from Europe and a lot of players now. That's one thing, and new players around you.
Trying it out.
It's not easy.
Also the new coach now, Patrick.
Yeah, I think
He's very new, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been there, or he's just suddenly a new coach?
No. He was not
Suddenly,
there
no,
because
no.
like this. Shin Tae-yong was in for 5 years. Yeah. And as for myself, this is a crucial moment. Yeah. I wouldn't take the job, because like I said, you need to know the character of the player, who's good playing with who. Because soccer also, if they don't like this guy, you ain't gonna pass the ball. To know the character, all that stuff. It takes process. That's why Shin Tae-yong's success. He was here for 5 years. Yeah. And with Kluivert and all the Dutch team here, the officials, we have Jordi Cruijff here,
Vandenburg,
Danny Lansat.
Danny Lansat,
They're all coming from Holland.
yes.
As a coach, from your perspective,
Yeah.
how is it to take a team in the middle of the tournament?
Crucial.
But it's not how you want it as a coach, of course, because you want the preparation in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then you have time, and now you come in, and it's a risk, of course. What Raymond said. If I had the chance, it's better to say no, and you start. But most of the time in this life, you don't get it
What
on
you
the
want.
presentation, because you get the chance, and sometimes you have to decide fast. Because if not, there is another one.
Yeah.
In 1 second, they call another one. Sometimes I understand, but sometimes it's better to say no. But maybe I can't talk for him, but some people, they need it, or you think, hey, it's a chance. Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Now they won 2 matches under Patrick.
One match.
One,
Two?
yeah.
One,
One,
okay.
Lost
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So, like I said, first game against Japan.
Yeah.
This player from Indonesia, always Rizky. Yeah, he was always Shin Tae-yong's number 1.
Yeah.
Right? And they didn't put him on because he still doesn't know the character who's to put on. It's a gambling kind of gambling, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but and then they lost. Okay, and then the second match, they put Rizky on. He was the man of the match. It's the Indonesian guy,
Yeah.
pure Indonesian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kluivert was like, he's the man of the match. He saved a lot of goals. So yeah, it takes time for that to adapt.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you
Figure
need
out
to
who
know.
is who, what kind of player is
who
he.
likes who, character, who's against who,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But to put together a team, they have to have one vision, and they cannot have like fight if they say that this very arrogant sport soccer.
Yeah.
If they don't want, especially the senior one, if the new one don't pass them the ball, they get angry. But they have to work it out because it's important to put the team together, same vision. That's what a good coach do.
Yeah.
Like you talk about it because you didn't pass me the ball. We're supposed to score, but yeah, you need to talk about that. First, like the professionalism here. Because naturalization is good for me because they're all half Dutch. Everybody's talking about that. They're not from Indonesia, but hey, listen, even Van Dijk he's half Indonesian, Even Van Bronckhorst, the captain of Holland, he's half Indonesian, So even in France, also the whole team is also migrated, like Zidane and all that,
Yeah.
But it's not problem because for me, yeah, we're a nation, and if you don't want to pick it to be a Indonesian or whatever, especially now they talk about naturalization. We're not taking a player from Brazil who's not have any blood, Indonesian blood. This player here, because we have Indonesia and Holland have a history together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why in Holland, they a lot of players, a lot of this and that. It's coming from Indonesia also, The Dutch, they have a background from Indonesia because we were colonized by them for 350 years.
Yeah.
We have a very good relation. But like now, the Dutch team, the most expensive defender, Van Dijk, plays in Liverpool, the captain. He's half Indonesian, you know. But it's okay, you know. But I mean, like, they're Indonesian people complaining this and that. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? For me, it doesn't matter. You know, even in Germany as well.
Yeah. As long as national team wins, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like in Italy, they have Balotelli. You know, when you see him, he's not Italian. You know, but for me, that should be out of the question. You know,
Yeah.
that's if you want to be Indonesian, wherever you're from, you did your administration right, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, and all these players I see from the national team, they're all half Indonesian. Their grandma's Indonesian, or you know, from Maluku, from this, from that. You know, so they have blood from Indonesia. You know, if you see the name at the back, they're all Indonesian. You know, so Irfan Bakdim also. You know, or Lili Pali. His background is Indonesian.
Yeah.
Migrated there. So yeah, if you want success, you need to have this kind of player to come here to teach the locals as well how to become professional. Because in Holland, the schooling is one of the best in the world, you know, and they create a lot of players there. You know,
Yeah.
if you see Van Basten, Johan Cruijff, Suarez, Frenkie de Jong, Kluivert, Snyder. Who else is there?
Van der Vaart.
Van Persie. No, not Van Persie. Yeah, a lot.
You have
Man.
a lot of players.
Yeah, a lot. A lot of players.
What do you think about naturalization?
To have both sides, because if the players here from Indonesia, the locals, can accept that, you know, you can say yes, but in your feeling you don't really accept this, then it's a problem, because you also can think, hey, what these players think, they are better than me. You know, you can have this, because
Yeah.
Suriname have the same.
Yeah.
We have the same. I come from Suriname, my parents, and it's good because it's a lot of you can learn a lot from that players, but yeah, if they have to accept this, also the people from Indonesia, if they don't accept, you have a problem. Because, for example, if your whole team is from Holland, half, then is it really Indonesia? Not really. But of course, they come from, in their blood, they are Indonesian. But if they look like, hey, this is not really Indonesian, you can also look negative. But most of the time, it's positive, of course, but because the level become higher now with all the coaches, with all the players. It's only good for the country, I think. But it's not a fact that you're gonna have results with this. No. Because they have to show it. And it's not easy that you fly to Indonesia, you have to adapt. There are a lot of things, you know, for the result. It's not that you are a very good player. If you bring Van Dijk, for example, it's not a fact that you become the champion because he's the best defender of the world. That's not football. You have many things. Yeah, it's a process. Maybe he can play in the hot weather.
Yeah.
Then you have a problem. After 10 minutes, coach, I have to I have to go on the bench. Or maybe he get injured because of the weather. Or maybe, you know, you have a lot of things in football that a lot of people don't know if you don't know the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like process. People here, they want to see
Yes.
a quick, instant success.
Yeah, it
But
would
it
be.
doesn't work that way. You know?
No.
Why do we create history right now? Eric Thohir, yeah, was the head of Inter Milan. He was champion with Eto in 2011. He owns that club. So now he's the head of PSSI. So we want to see Indonesia in the World Cup. You know, other countries do it. Even Japan sometimes you see a guy from Brazil there. So for me, nationality is if they follow through the administration, I don't care.
No.
This is for the best of football. You know, if we use the Indonesian player only, yeah, we won't be where we are right now. Yeah. But we're not taking players. A lot of people, this is not they call naturalisasi. Okay. But if you want a success right now, we need to take this, you know. But they are not players that we change the passport, you know. They have Indonesian blood. Yeah, a lot of people, because a lot of people say, this is not Indonesia. So you cannot say that, because there are Indonesian, the grandparents are Indonesian, and then I mean, to be where we are right now, yeah, we need players that's that already have experience, European experience.
Yeah.
It's very important if you have the national team in this situation with all the experience. It's now the most important time that you start also with clubs. That the clubs in Indonesia, and start with Bali United, of course, go to a high level. Because if the clubs do that, the national team is also good. Because you can bring the local players for the national team. The level is high because you can't focus only on the national team. You have
need to go,
yes, you bring the level up from the clubs in Indonesia. And I think, I don't know for sure, but Raymond knows it. But my feeling said that it's not like that. The level is too low because the experience is not there. Facility for sure is not there.
Coaching.
But Bali has the facility now. You have to do something with it because time flies. And if you wait, you can bring players from the level of the national team because you have to improve on another way that you're used to in Indonesia, and you have to bring, not all, but you have to bring guys from Europe maybe. And that's what I have this plan in my head for 40 years. My wish is to come back.
This is the time.
And this is the time now. We talk about it. We're going to create it.
I do hope it happens.
Yes. Persebaya.
We beat Persebaya.
We beat them. Not with all the foreign players, but they were locals. Most of them were locals. I was one of the foreign players.
He was the...
we had 3, 4.
He was the captain.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
3, but they thought I was from here, but I'm not.
You look like you're
But I feel like, because when I came here or when I'm here in Indonesia, it feels special because it looks like I came from here.
Yeah,
and
like
it's
a
strange
family,
to say, I feel home.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you have that when you are in other country.
I have that in California.
Okay, now you know what I feel then? I have this in Indonesia and I'm free in my head.
Yeah.
I have 3 kids. My mom and dad, I think about them, but now I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm on a stage now in my life that I want to help Indonesia to improve in the youth, and I'm so focused. I talk a lot with Raymond, and I have no doubt that if you bring good people on the long term, not on the short term, or that they think I come to Bali for vacation. No, you have to work hard because it's hard working to develop the players, because it's not that you work with one player. You have to work with the whole academy.
It's a family,
And if you can do that and you succeed, you can be proud. Forever they think about you. Hey, Raymond put the guys there, or Pascal put a good training for the youth. That's nice that they remember your name. And it's not only about the money always. It's about the long term, and you put something nice in a country what you love and where you get good memories. For me, is that the most important? What Indonesia give me in my heart, I want to give back. And that's why I'm here.
Yeah, we can create history also, like I said.
Because in whole Indonesia, Raymond knows it better than me. I don't think it's in Indonesia, in the academy, that you do so professional, like with good coaches. You develop also the coaches, not only the trainers, not only the players, but also the trainers you coach. And that's the most important, because the trainers, they have to learn the players and not opposite. And that's the main
for
thing.
Bali United, for they get you as a coach.
Well, no problem, but it's good for him to come back after 14 years to see the changes from that time to now. Right now, it's world standards. World standards. And we are, in the last few years, we were not well known in the ranking of FIFA. Now we're creating history. We've never been in this round 3 against Saudi, Japan.
Yeah.
This is something already.
It's good. Yeah.
It's already changing in the last few years. Imagine in 10 years.
Next World Cup will be the one. Yeah. To
You
look
know,
at, yeah.
let's see. It's already changes. Like if you have the same vision, like invest on the coaches, invest on really good coaches. Yeah, then you will have something.
So if you have to guess the score of Indonesia versus China.
Let's see, because they both have to win. Yeah, they both have. Indonesia has to win.
I mean, to guess a score.
Okay, to guess the score,
Indonesia versus
it's 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah,
I'm
I
happy
said the
already.
same.
3 points is
1-0.
happy.
1-0. Yeah, I said the same. 1-0.
We need the 3 points and that's it.
Okay.
I don't care what the score is.
Indonesia 1, China 0.
Yeah.
Also, China is good right now, or
No. If you see the ranking, China also the points are very close.
yeah. I mean, China is like 6, right?
6, but the points difference is only 3.
Yeah, okay,
So the number 1 and number 2 go straight to the World Cup.
Yeah.
3, 4 qualified. So we are fighting for that.
Yeah. 3, 4 to the.
Even with Saudi also, Bahrain, and then China. So they're fighting for this qualification round. So there's no other way that we need these 3 points.
Yeah.
Because after this match we go to Japan. That the chance of winning that one is very small.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? They already qualified and they may take it easy.
No, I don't think. Because
that's.
I don't think.
You never know the last match, right? So.
Japan has a high level,
right? But Japan is high level. If you see the players.
But they need to win this.
Yeah.
This match is the death match.
Yeah.
Because Indonesia will watch the whole Indonesia. Hundreds of millions of people would watch this.
Yeah.
And it's a big pressure, man. I'm very excited.
Let's go Indonesia.
Indonesia, and then
come on.
I hope someone, everybody. If Pascal comes in, I would also want to help Bali United to be the head of the youth.
Yeah.
And
youth is the main thing, I think.
So we can create players.
Yeah.
Takes time. That's why we need people like him. Yeah.
I mean, players are created from the long
that's
time.
why.
They're not gonna.
No, but you see it at big clubs, Barcelona, Ajax. It's they have a reason why they do it. It's not like they say, "Oh, we do it now for the people." Or no, it's your academy is your heart of the club, and not opposite. Your first team is, of course, where you want to come. As an 8-year, I came at Ajax. 20 years I was in the first team. That you want to see. Then you are happy as an academy. Then you achieve what your academy stands for. Start on the basics.
Yeah.
And in the end, you are the player for the first team, what they want to see. You are in my case, I was an Ajax player. They develop me. They teach me a lot, the discipline, how to touch the ball, how to play to the same colors. Yeah. The mental thing, physical thing, they teach me everything.
It's like going to school,
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say it's the highest school of football.
Fair play, how to teach him not to get angry in a fight, stop it, all that stuff.
But also to think I'm the best. That's and it's not arrogant.
Yeah.
It's confidence.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a different thing.
Confidence and overconfidence.
It's different.
Right?
That's the most important, the fundamental,
Yeah.
I teach them also now. My son also. You are the best. Don't think about others, what they say.
Think about yourself. Yeah.
If you think you are the best, you become the best. If you see it in podcasts, I look a lot of podcasts, McGregor and all the top sporters. Yeah. They say, I'm the best, and I become the best. I become the world champion. You see what they are now. But you have to believe in it. You can't sit still like this and I'm the best. No, then it's not gonna happen. Yeah. You have to work hard. It's the same with the academy. Yeah. I think I'm the best for the job. Yeah. And I'm gonna work hard. You have to show it, because if you talk only and you don't show it, your face is gonna fall.
You need to invest your time and heart into it.
Yes.
That's what I did before too. But I could still see it like right now. If Pascal comes and to want to coach the youth team. I would love to be a part of it because I can promise the owner, Pak Peter Tanuri, or the whole Bali United management that I can do something special. Yeah, because I've done it before, and I just need to. If I have the right team, I can create something really, really special. And so I wish all the best for Indonesian team because this is history. And then if we go through the World Cup, this will be remembered for the rest of for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
To be in this position is already history.
Yeah. Almost qualifying for World Cup. Yeah.
Special.
It's still far. Yeah. But it's good. I'm proud of it. In the last few years since Eric Tehori came up, and they invest on coaches, good coaches like like Bali United has a good training center. The mindset's different. So it's only a few years. You see the difference already. Imagine if it's 10 years.
Yes.
15 years.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. For me, it's already a big difference. From 2011, I left. And the special thing of this is that now I realize that it was special what we did, what Raymond did with the board of the club, the coach and all the other people from the board. But I didn't realize it that time because when you play, you are only busy to play good with your family here, kids. But now I realize that time we put something for Bali. We start with Bali Dewata, and now it's Bali United. And if you see the training ground, I was so proud when I was there 3-4 days ago. What I saw there, it was beautiful. I touched the pitch, and I want to go also to the Dipta Stadium where I played myself, because for me it's special when I'm on the field because I had a lot of good memories. I was the captain of the team.
Yeah.
Then I see myself again, when you are on the pitch, it's magic for me because the pitch is your ground, is your home. And for me, it's going to be special when I see the Dipta Stadium again. It's changed a lot, of course, because in 2010, for example, we don't have a shower.
Have you been there?
Showers? No.
Never been to stadium here.
Bro,
It's so big. It's so nice. And
Nobody invited me to go.
you want to go?
Yeah, why not?
No worries, And then, they basically did what my dream, I take my hat up at Peter Tanuri.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a very good business guy, and he's the guy that wants to push Indonesian football. He loves it, And now if I see the stadium Dipta, yeah, there's a restaurant at the bottom with a glass. You can see that a big screen, food, and then they have the royal box with TVs, aircon, elevator. It's like a small Real Madrid, basically. No, really, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I like to come and see it.
yeah, I want to see it also because for me it's going to be special when I'm there.
Yeah, you go to Ubud, talk
I'm going to give a training Thursday to a team on the 17th. It's nice for me also to give a training on a pitch. And
to catch up with all his friends.
Yeah, my old colleagues.
Yeah.
It's nice to see
And then
them.
also tell what you are, Pascal. So you want to be like your future. I hope you can get because I referred to Bali United. I want him to be the coach because I work with him. He's professional, and right now he's with the youth. And he came from Ajax. It's to come from that school and play for the A team of that. It's something special, And I've seen him in Holland also. He trains my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a different method. Yeah, with this method, right? With the good coaches, we can create. I can promise you, whoever to Bali United, I need 4 or 5 years to do this because we have a lot of kids, parents. The first thing when they buy for the kids, if they have a boy, what do they buy? A ball.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, to get them to be busy instead of the phone, to put them in the soccer academy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if they are serious and they have talent, that's where guys like Pascal can see talent. Because a lot of coaches here, they're good, but at a different level. I must say. That's why you see a lot of coaches here, they're all foreign. The method is different. It's like a school, they came out of university instead of a high school, And you have to, it's a lot, man. You have to know psychology. You have to know a character of a player, if he's down, when he's losing, he's down. He's how to bring up a player when they're down. And, some players you need to scream at them. Some players you don't have to say anything. So it's my experience is I learned a lot from running the club. Yeah, it's not easy. You have to be tough and same vision. And you have to keep the team together, because if one player has a problem with another player, it will affect the whole team.
Of course, yeah.
So it's a family. It's like if you watch Beckham movie, you see how they are. They're like a family. Yeah, They don't hear the outside. That's the only family they listen to. So that's what we have now here. So we cannot say that we cannot create history to have players play in Europe. We haven't had that. Yeah, we have one Bagas Bagus at the young Utrecht, but he broke his leg.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's sad.
and then it goes down. So what? But that's young Utrecht. That's a young one. It's a youth. Yeah.
Youth. Yeah.
But my goal is to create a player from Indonesia to play in Europe, in anywhere, first league. They have one player, Egi, who was playing in Poland. But Poland is Poland. But my goal is to play in Premier League or Dutch league, Spanish league.
That's a good goal to have.
We can. We have the
That will
facility.
be international standards.
We have the facility. It took me 14 years to have this facility. Yeah. And we have the sun every day. So, you don't have a raining problem or a cold, wearing jackets, all that stuff, That's why a lot of players, they want to play for Bali at the end of their career. Because, of course, if they play somewhere else, the family won't enjoy it. Because like Surabaya, for instance, I'm not saying bad about Surabaya, but here they have the beaches, the days. It's a holiday place.
Yeah.
But so that's why I would love to help. If Pascal can be a part of this youth, I can promise that Indonesia will have a player that can play in European level. But it takes time and process.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no quick success in that, And the national team now, that's why they're success, because Eric Thohir, people want to say, I want to be in the World Cup. But with only Indonesian player, we cannot do it, That's why we did this. People complaining, it's not real. They're real Indonesian. They have background Indonesian, So I don't mind it, to be success. This team can teach the Indonesian player, the young one, the knowledge, what they learn in Europe, and that's what we need from the young age,
Yeah.
That's how it is,
Do you have anything to say?
Yes, and the most important thing, we talk only about football, of course, but if you work with kids, with humans, and sometimes we forget that they are machines, but it's not. I have kids. I have 3 kids. I have a grandson also. Um, you have to feel them.
Gus,
It's not that you,
Junaid
and also
Adrian.
the culture, also the
Adrian.
culture you have to know and have to feel, because it's very different than Europe. The people here, when you shout or when you shout to a player, maybe one he gonna cry. Then mentally he's kaput.
break.
Yeah, he's break. He gonna break and then end career. There's all these things you have to know as a coach. It's psychology. You know, it's also for the academy. All most of the people that think only about the feet. No, no, no. The most important thing is how the kids feel when you are on the field with them. They have respect. They listen to you. That's number one. That's the most important. But that they have a good feeling when they play for you as a coach. I had the same. When I play for the coaches, I play for the coaches. Yeah, I give my heart. I give my heart for that. But yeah, that's the thing. You know, I give my heart for that, and then you go not 100%, you go 110%.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the most important.
yeah.
You fight for your coach.
give as much as-
yeah, you
as
fight
best
for
as
your
you
coach.
can.
And if you don't like your coach or you think I'm afraid,
Yeah.
you don't give 110%.
He doesn't like me, you know. For
You don't
instance.
give 110%. You give 60%, and you don't give a, about it. And that's what you have to create: respect, appreciation, and then you can have the
Hard
result.
to bring them up when they lose, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So this is my Adrian played for Bali United under 20.
Under 20. Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to say something about the
What
facility?
is your views on Bali United now? Like, I don't have the mic to.
No.
I mean, yeah.
Sini, look, come sit down here, dude. Just relax. Just speak about your experience.
So I've been with Bali United Youth since 2023, and it's been good ever since.
How, from your perspective as a youth, how important is the coach's role in your?
Very important,
Yeah.
because if you don't suit the coach's playing style,
Yeah,
it's difficult
yeah,
to like provide for the team.
yeah,
And I feel like you have to have a good relationship with the coach.
yeah. How is the mental side of like this psychological side?
You have to
Coaches
be very
Yeah,
very
How's the coach like here? That you were in Ajax when you were 11. You were in Ajax, right?
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So what's the difference between here and there?
Oh,
method of
it's completely
training.
different. Here is more physical,
yeah.
and there is more with your brain.
Okay.
Yeah, more
Mental play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You use a lot more with your head and stuff like that. More technical player. Here, just power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you combine both, would be beneficial.
Yeah.
From my perspective, I think logically, like if you combine physical and mental both together, it'll work better. What do
Yeah.
you think as a coach?
Of course, but that's what happens now with the national team.
Yeah.
You know, you see, they bring the players from Europe, or the coaches. You see, also at Bali United, they bring a Dutch coach. They do it with a reason, because you also can put hundreds of local coaches, but then you are not different. Then you are not special anymore, because the coach from Holland, he's gonna bring another mindset, another vision. That's why they do that, and that's if you can combine that in a positive way, because it has both sides. If it's not working, they're gonna fire you. If it works, you be successful.
Yeah.
And that's the thing in football. It has to fit, because you can be the best coach in the world, but if your team is not fit on your vision and with your mindset, it's not gonna work. You can climb a mountain, but you can climb because you get wind, you get storm, you know. And that's the thing. What I always say about football. Maybe you think you're the best, but it's not that you're gonna win.
Yeah.
It's not 100% that you're gonna win.
True.
If you have the best players, it's not that 100% that you're gonna win the game. It's the heart, it's the tactical thing, it's the mental thing, it's the psychologist thing. A lot of things now in this time, especially for these guys, for these young boys.
He will be the future
What do you think as a player, like your views on Bali United?
I mean, it's for the youth. It's starting now. It's becoming really good.
Yeah,
Back then, it was not really good, but now it's getting there.
yeah,
So the facility.
The facility is very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
You should come there sometime.
yeah. Of course,
you
that's what I
should.
was saying.
And that's why I tell him, realize what you have.
Yeah,
You know, that every day when you wake up, that you think about football, improve. Because you have all the facilities. When I played here, Raymond knows. We trained at a military field,
Yeah.
bumpy like.
yeah,
But it's
play-
also not that it's not good because you train your technique.
yeah. It's more interesting to like back in the days when I was a kid. If the sport played in the streets,
Yeah.
is more technically used in the field.
Yeah, but that was now in this time it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I think,
No,
of course.
people on the street you see good when you tell them to sleep at 9 o'clock or eat this, eat that, and they come on the right time. So soccer is like that. A lot of talents are out there.
Yeah,
Yeah. But when they see every parents, they want to see Messi or Ronaldo, want to be, but they don't see what he does every day.
yeah, exactly.
To get there.
Yeah,
The discipline,
Yeah.
the food you eat, the sleep, the support, the training, all those little things to become success. It's like a waterfall, eh?
Yeah.
Like a water. If you want it to flow up, you need to cover all the holes. If there's one hole, like for instance, you don't eat well, then you're gonna get injured in football because you
Yeah.
play 90 minutes,
yeah,
And right now,
Very
I see in
intense, yeah.
Juventus also. I see, now they have a watch now. I didn't even know.
No, they calculate all your.
No, not just that. Even you're sleeping,
Yes.
you come back, they see it.
How many
You don't
hours?
sleep, man. You cannot lie, and then penalty.
Yes.
No, crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Really? No. That's why they get paid a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can be the best player, if you eat wrong food. Then your muscle, because you work
Recovery,
so
yeah,
hard, and then you
yeah.
get a cramp or this and that. That's why the nutrition is very important. The food when you sleep,
Yeah.
no stress, no this,
Conditioning,
no
yeah.
that, and then you just focus on one thing.
In this time it's very how do you say it? Specific. The food, in my time, it was not like that. You play, you get your food after, you sleep, you go train the next day. But now it's very specific.
Oh, it's
And
It's very organized.
Also, in Holland, for example, now Ajax, the training center, the new training center, what they're gonna build different fields, with stones, with grass, with different sizes of the fields, with sand. It goes far than that now in these times. In my time it was one field, you had an artificial pitch and one grass. That was it. Now you have to train on different undergrounds, the grounds.
Yeah, it's all different back then to now. You
now.
have more
more
stuff
developed.
for you to become a very good player
Of course.
Yeah.
than back then.
Yeah.
And with all this, I think you should be able to create like well-grounded, and like maybe legends.
Yeah, but if you have the ground, for example, here, and you don't have the right coaches, then you don't have anything.
Yeah, with the
You
coach and
know,
everything else, with you.
Everything
having
have to
everything.
fit.
Yeah.
If you have the fields, a lot, eight fields and everything, you can look at it, but nothing gonna happen.
Yeah.
You have to put the right persons on the
people.
right spot, teach the others, the local coaches. I'm not saying that we are much better than them. No, we have a different mindset,
Yeah.
a different.
Yeah, you can also pick the wrong coaches.
Yes.
But for instance, Liverpool champion. This guy just come in for a year. What's Slot? Huh?
Yeah.
He come for a year, he's champion by what, 15, 13 points. Because he knows the whole structure. He learns the character from Jurgen Klopp, this and that, It's, for the first year to take over a Liverpool who's already a star, they will look at you, who are you? They have ego. Where do you play like that? It's a lot of politics inside.
But you see how they talk about Slot? They walk with him because he's not only a guy that is a bad guy. He's like, hey, come. We sit, we drink something, we talk.
Like a brother. Like
Yes, they have respect for this guy because he's not a guy that thinks he's the man, he's the boss, you have to listen. No, you have to listen, but on a natural way. And I'm like that also. You are a manager, a people's manager. It's the same with Heitinga. All the players talk about Heitinga, but I know why. Because he's a coach, he knows a lot about football, but also as a human, he's a nice guy. You can talk with him. He's not like, oh, I think Heitinga is coming or Slot is coming, I'm afraid. No. And that's what you have to give. You have to give the players confidence, especially in the youth.
Physically,
It's
and
about
mentally,
feeling.
yeah.
It's about, I'm also a person that if it feels good, then I can do my thing.
Yeah.
If you are afraid for a coach or you don't like him, you can do your thing.
Yeah, you have to feel like right environment to if you have a problem, you're able to speak up to the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes the coach, like you see Ronaldo when he went back to Manchester, they never put him on. So it's also politics and this and that,
Yeah.
But hey, soccer is the most. Every father who has a son, their first dream is to become a soccer player. Of course, But out of the 100%, maybe 1.5%, 2% makes it.
Yeah. Of course.
Like you see, Barcelona, Spain team in the Euro. They're 16-year-olds. There's a bunch of 16-year-olds. They're trying it out and they become champion. So that's that's the mindset, the vision, how to put them in this together as a family, and basically a coach is like a father. Make sure they don't fight. If you have an argument, when you finish and go home, no more grudges, and it's a lot. That's why we need to if we have 10 coaches like Barcelona or Ajax have in Indonesia, we will be success in 10 years. Seriously, and then we will be on the map, seriously. No, it's true.
Yes. By saying that, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for Pascal, Raymond,
Adrian.
Adrian. I do hope good success for Indonesian.
Me too.
Indonesia to qualify for World Cup.
Yeah.
And good for Bali United, and make sure we push players to, like you said, to Europe.
To create, yes. Well, for the national team, I hope the best because, this is history. And I hope the new coaches from Holland that can make this happen because, they are high-level players and then they have all the experience. And then I wish and hope we can create history.
Yeah.
And this is something special for us, Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. I mean, to sit a professional football player, it's been. I never thought I would do it.
No,
No, that's okay. I mean, because right now it's a good time because you need to talk about the current situation.
Yeah.
And the current situation now is Indonesia is focusing on this
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.